with teachers don't always teach. Now, as you know, it can be nerve-wracking getting up in front of people and speaking. And at the very beginning of the meeting, people were talking about, occasionally talking about, a bit nervous, talking about a little bit nervous, a little scary about being up there. And I was in that same situation. I was up in front, I was going to be in front of people in Toastmasters, I was speaking, but I was nervous, I was scared, because I was up there talking in front of people. So I thought, well, how do I get better? How am I going to learn something? I thought, well, find a teacher. And I asked around, I heard there's this guy that taught speaking. He teaches you how to be a better speaker. I said, okay, great. I'm going to call this guy Mr. Mentor. So Mr. Mentor was a tall guy. We met at Starbucks one day. And as Mr. Mentor said, okay, Tim, how can I help you out? I said, well, Mr. Mentor, I want to become a better speaker. He says, well, okay, Tim, what are you having challenges with? I said, well, you see, when I get up in front of people, I get nervous. Mr. Mentor said, well, you know, Tim, that can be a big deal. I mean, why do you get nervous? And you know how you suddenly start thinking about things and just a flood of things, all the things I was nervous about. I started thinking, well, Mr. Mentor, I'm nervous because I get up there. When I was a kid, I gave a book report, I remember, a long time ago. It was terrifying. I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do. The whole class laughed at me. It was a horrible experience. And that kind of set the path all the way down, you know. And then later on, I got up in front of people, and there was that really awful incident at the wedding going on and trying to chat in front of people there. And the thing was, the more I talked about how nervous I was, the more nervous I got. And it was just kind of freaking me out, the whole sort of thing. Yeah, Tim, that sounds pretty bad, you know, it's going to take a while, but next time you get up in front of the audience, just think about how, even though you're nervous, the audience really wants you to succeed. I said, okay, Mr. Mentor, I'll try that. So the next time I got in front of an audience, I started thinking about how incredibly nervous I was, and how I was nervous back in school, and how I was nervous all the way there through. And I thought, people want me to succeed, but they aren't going to get their wish because I'm going down in flames today. And I got in front of people, and I was just nervous and scared and shaking, and finally I just got off the whole thing. It was just an awful, horrible, bad experience. You ever had one of those in front of people? Maybe not that bad, but just not, well, he knows what I'm talking about. He's been through the interview wrangle. Yeah. So afterwards, I went back to Mr. Mentor and said, Mr. Mentor, it doesn't seem to be working. I just got nervous in front of this. Well, you know, Tim, these things take time. They take time. Say, well, yeah, well, Mr. Mentor, I don't have that much time, so I'm going to have to ask around and see if I can get somebody else to help me out. I said, okay, Tim, you know, but let me know if you need any more help. So, you know, I'll let you know. So I asked around, and I discovered there was a speaking coach who was available. I thought, okay, maybe it'd be better. So I went to the same Starbucks, met a Mr. Coach, call him. He's a shorter guy. I said, Tim, how can I help you out? He said, well, when I get him in front of an audience, I get nervous. Mr. Coach said, Tim, tell you what you do. When you get up in front of the audience, make sure you get your hands down at least a couple times during your speech. Focus on one person at a time as you're going through the speech, and use the word you as much as you can. I said, okay, Mr. Coach, I'll do that. So the next time I spoke, instead of thinking about all the times I've been scared on stage, I just simply said, okay, keep my hands down just a little bit. My hands will be up, but just get them down a little bit. Look people in the eye, and use the word you. And I did it. And I felt great. More confident, more certain of myself, more aware of things, more powerful. I thought, wow, this is wonderful. And I went back, Mr. Coach, it's incredible. How do you do that? I said, well, Tim, it's not such a big deal. I mean, you get up in front of people, and that's what you do to become a more confident speaker. So, yeah, but I went to this guy, Mr. Mentor, and he was talking about this long-term plan and all these different things we need to do. I said, well, Tim, a mentor is for long-term things, and a coach is for short. Speaking is a short-term thing. There's certain targeted things you can do now to become a better speaker instantly. If you got a speech in a week, you can't be planning for a year for it. That's true. And he explained a little bit more about how it works. You see, if you have a long-term plan, like a career, something like that, they may call themselves a career coach, but really they're a career mentor. You want somebody to help you through 3 years, 5 years, all the way down, all the way through your career. And that's a long-term thing. So you'll have different targets you'll have to fight, your background, what sort of things you do, your ideals, your thoughts, that sort of thing. But for a short-term plan, like you've got a speaking thing coming up, you've got a presentation coming up, you're going to speak in front of a wedding, that sort of thing. That's a short-term thing. There you want to coach. And once I realized that difference, I started going for the long-term thing, career developments. I found a career mentor. And then I found career coaches for becoming better at speaking. And I became a career coach myself, a speaking coach myself. And so by keeping that in mind, I learned faster and better because I went to the right person for the right need. And you can have the same sort of thing happen too. If you really have a long-term plan, a career, find yourself a good career mentor. They'll be with you all the way through. But if you just have something coming up, brief, short thing, not a really long deal, you've got an immediate interview coming up, then you need a coach to give you short, targeted things to make sure you have immediate improvement. So always remember, mentor for the long term, coach for the short term.